Rolex, Omega, Apple. Wait, that's the wrong watch list. We want to see our FPL watch list, don't we? Yes. So welcome to the Game Week 4 Players to Watch. This is the series where I glance at great, breathtaking performances from players, not add them to the list of watches, but our FPL watch list, chinwagging if they will be a good option for our next sexy transfer to slap into our teams. Last week I suggested all of best players, yes, Ballon d'Or contenders, with the likes of Big Boy Bamford scoring again, Townsend even redeeming an assist, and Leandro Trossard bloody doing the Tross Bar challenge after he hoofed the left post, thumped the right post, and even uppercutted the crossbar. Surely that's a woodwork hat-trick, right? Is he allowed to take the goals on with him now? Like, come on. But this week, on the Game Week 4 watch list, players to watch, we have our every penalty taker in the league. Now, seriously, we've had like 172 penalties this season in like 3 weeks. Actually, what is going on? But the new best FPL defender criteria is now the player with the shortest arms. That's right, everybody measure your player's arms, because if they're just too long, they're going to give away like 5 penalties this year, so get rid of them now. But okay, that's enough. With someone you might be having in your team being Timothy Castagna. Now, a new player in the league, usually played wing back rather than as a flat fullback, and the original price of 5.5 million. Quite expensive for an unknown quantity, right? You'll have to do something quite special to wow us and intrigue us, yeah? And boy oh boy, has he pretty much done that already. Where in just 3 league games, he has more points than any other FPL defender right now, with just the 27 secured in his bag. Where in those 3 games, he's already picked up 1 goal and 3 assists, whilst also picking up 4 bonus points and that 1 clean sheet. And those damn clean sheets, those are the things of the past. Has humanity and football evolved past the point of clean sheets? Well, it seems so, as hardly any fricker is keeping any out there. So if this continues at the rate it has, then surely the only defender stats we should care about, the only thing we should consider inside of our brainage, is their attacking returns right now. Where right now, Castagna is leading the pack. But Nathan, good old bacon butty, what if this is just a random blip in the matrix and loads of teams just start keeping clean sheets out there nowhere again? Well, have I got news for you? Where Timothy here is playing for one of the best defences in the league. Well, yeah, they do have some injuries going around, but you still wouldn't bet against them to keep a decent amount of clean sheets again this year, making Castagna potentially a very saucy pick, a very, very sexy potential transfer later on, with him playing West Ham and Villa both at home next too. Oh, perfect. Making him the first player on our Game Week 4 watch list. With our next pick, our next suggestion, our next talking point geezer to gander, it's our favourite Brazilian, Richarlison Dino. Now, if you have been gluing your eyes to the TV and watching every single kick of the football for 8 hours a day every weekend and going absolutely crazy like me, then you may have seen that Richarlison is actually one of Everton's most attacking players. He's actually been the one snack attacking at the back post, trying to get his Brazilian touch on the end of those crosses. But a lot of people have been put off by him, as now he's marked as an FPL forward. Also at the pricey arm and a leg price of 8 million as well. But just as he stops playing as an actual forward, as he's now playing on the wing. It's a nice one, FPL lads, well done. But he could have easily scored a friendly handful amount of goals already, but only just got his first one this week. But how he got the goal is the very key important thing right now, where it was a penalty! Oi! The Fantasy Penalty League is here, isn't it? The Premier League this year has literally been a penalty charity, giving away those spot kicks at any given moment possible. When maybe a Dominic Calvert-Lewin might be very high up on your list of transfers right now, as he has kind of scored like 5 goals in 3 games, yeah, not too bad. But maybe, just maybe, for the few extra money chucked in there, just to get that penalty cover, Richarlison could be a better option. Where Richarlison is actually much more likely to be on bonus than Calvert-Lewin too, as he's just in the game a lot more, so a lot more bonus point system points things to rack up. Now, it is a sideways move that I don't suggest if you already have Calvert Man-Bun in your team. So no, you naughty, don't be thinking about that move, no. But for whatever reason, you're absolutely wacky and cray enough to not have any Everton forwards in your team right now. Maybe Richarlison Dino with penalties could be the slightly better option. Who knows? But also, just because he took a penalty this week, not guaranteed he'll take them every single week, you know? Which is why we need to watch him, making him our second player to watch in Game Week 4. But our next player is named Stuart. Yeah, good enough for me. That's enough convincing. Get him in the team right now. But it's Stuart Dallas. Now, the reason he has been added to our list of watch list, is because this week he played in bloody midfield instead of his normal right back position for Leeds. Or left back. One of them. And he's only a 4.5 million defender here in FPL. Oh, where he did only get 6 points this week. But this week, that kind of feels like 100 points right now, right? But he could have had a lot more, even having 3 shots on target and just so many other chances because he was just that far forward up the field. But it is important to note, this is not a permanent thing. And if he did bang in all of the goals and got like 20 points this week, it would have been very easy to say, whoa, defender playing midfield, Lundstrom 2, who confirmed? Yeah, get him in right now. But he didn't bang. No banging allowed from him this week, which could actually be a good thing and could potentially put him under the radar for now. But Leeds lined up this way just to match Sheffield's formation, so he won't be playing in midfield every game. But if this is a place he could line up every now and again, while still being nailed on no matter what, he could be one of Leeds' best defenders you want to choose, where they can also now apparently defend after they bloody conceded like 100 goals in the last 2 games, and had like a massive gaping black hole in their net or something. So Stuart lad, a lad playing in defence, sometimes in midfield, and only 4.5 million in FPL in a team that are going to do really well this season. You do what you want with that information, boss man. Yeah, you got it. Our next player we are gonna inspect. Onto our watch list this week. It's Seamus. And no, I don't mean that pale as a ghost Irish wrestler in WWE, right? No, not him. But it's Seamus Coleman. Now, I feel like Coleman is the underappreciated man in just these Everton performances, especially in FPL. As even though they have been getting a ton of goals, their defence has actually been pretty good too, you know? But yeah, only the 1 clean sheet. But, you know, that is kind of the joint most clean sheet so far of any team. So, you know, it's just the way it's going. But last week, he got himself an assist in open play to get his first attacking return of the season. Now, the obvious choice in that Everton defence is obviously Digne, as he takes set pieces and sometimes the corners as well. But Coleman, in open play, has actually been possibly more attacking than him so far. And I think this is mainly due to the way James Rodriguez plays, where he often looks to drift inside and makes that pass. But these inside runs by James actually allow Coleman to make an outside run down the channel, going for his little London marathon and ready to whip in a ball if they needed to. And that was exactly what he did this week, and that is exactly how he got an assist. So yeah, he's not quite Digne, and he's probably not going to get as many points as him, but maybe only just a little less, maybe a little more. But he's a whole 1 million cheaper. Ooh. So if your players around your team are already burning a hole in your pocket and you need a quite attacking defender, captain of his club, in a club that are actually doing very well this season, and I don't think that's going to stop, Coleman could be your man. Added him to the Gameweek 4 watch list. With our next guy ready to make you have an absolute party, a penalty party that is right now, it's Jamie Vardy. Now seriously, Leicester have played 3 games so far and won 5 penalties. 5 penalties in 3 games. What? With Vardy, I like it for him, could have had a hat-trick of penalties in just the last game, but he was subbed off right at the end, so missed the last one. It's terrible. So he has to stick to his normal hat-trick of 1 sexy back heel chip and just the 2 penalties in that game. Meaning Vardy, you know, the top scorer from last season, is now currently the joint top goal scorer this season so far, with 5 goals, but 4 of those have been penalties. Like, if this continues, he might score more penalties this season than any player has ever scored goals in a Premier League season. What is happening? But the weird thing is, Vardy hasn't actually been playing that well, really. He did have a decent game against Man City, but apart from the penalties, his other goal was pretty much his only chance of the game. Where in the first 2 games, a very similar story in Balamory for him, where he just wasn't involved that much, really. So am I here really telling you that the Golden Boot winner last season, the guy that's already scored 5 goals in 3 games, also with his team scoring 10 goals in those 3 games too, is a bad FPL pick right now? Yeah, I kinda am. Kinda. Like, if these penalties keep up, can I really argue with that? Like, if he ends up being the highest FPL point scorer this season, can I still say he's a bad idea? No. But take those penalties away right now, he ain't got that much, really, especially for 10 million. Which is why, for me, he's just a wait and see, with him also apparently picking up a little knock in the last game. So you don't know what's quite happening in there, but he does say he's alright to play next game. I mean, what player wouldn't say they're alright to play, you know? Which is why he's added to the watch list for now. With the next player that could be mounting your team, it's Mason Mount. Now, Mount is just one strange boy here, actually. Like, I swear he must have Lampard's nudes in his phone or something, because he played the most games for Chelsea last season out of any player, playing in literally any position Frank can fit them in. Need a winger this game? Mount is your man. Need a centre mid this game? Mount is your man. I'm surprised he hasn't played in goals over Kepa yet. Like, Frank is just like, please get him in! Like, Hudson-Odoi, a natural winger that could give Chelsea that much needed width. Nah, sorry mate, Mason Mount's there, and he's not really a winger, so, you know, but he's there, right? So in other words, Mason is mounting Frank, and seems just undroppable by him. Which also seems the case this season so far, as he has played 3 90-minute games, whilst playing on both wings, literally wherever he's needed. But Mount, as we saw for a large spell of the season last year, he can have a bit of a dry patch. A bit of a bra memento and not do anything for a while. But this week, he only went and got himself a goal and an assist to get a very nice 12 points. You know, a whole 10 more points than a Timo Werner, by the way. Oh. And even after playing all the games so far, and playing not too badly as well, he's already gone down in price this year to the very nice price of 6.9 mil. Nice. Which, yeah, for his attacking returns, isn't the best really, is it? Like, you can get players that are the main attackers in their team for that price or less, but for a Chelsea player, usually playing on the wing, that seems to be almost guaranteed to play right now. Surely, he's not the worst of picks, right? I mean, I wouldn't suggest to get him in because he just doesn't seem to get that many goals and assists, bro. And you're not quite sure if his spot will be nailed with all of these injured players coming back. Or maybe will he just continue scoring all of the goals, scoring him on the watch list this week. With our final Game Week 4 players to watch, I've saved the best till last, lads. With the absolute baller, 10-star skill moves on FIFA, 99 pace, 99 strength and everything. He's just a joy to watch. And it's Burnley's Dale Stephens. Yeah. But only for one reason right now. He's dropped to 4.4 million. The first 4.4 million midfielder in FPL this year. Way! And the fact that Burnley could field an entire starting 11 in hospital beds right now, they got so many players out injured, he might have to play every single minute of a game right now. But he does play for Burnley. He's a centre mid that's pretty much never going to get you in attacking returns. And he's 31, and he's named Dale. And he plays for Burnley. But he's actually the perfect bench option because why would you ever have 3 Burnley players in your team? And he's the cheapest midfielder right now, so it's perfect bench. But definitely don't waste a transfer on him. That would actually be the absolute biggest cheeky scrub behaviour I've ever seen in my life. But if you are on a wildcard, just whap him in, lads. Whap him in. Why not? Save yourself a buck or two, as that 0.1 could make all of the difference. Probably not, but maybe it could, alright? And that is it for me and the Game Week 4 players to watch. Some players here you might consider now. Some players you will never consider ever. But some players you may just want to keep an eye out for all different types of reasons. Thanks for watching, and remember...